Hello, and welcome back to another CP Debunked video. Today we are going to solve question 2 of the Australian Informatics Olympiad 2025 buried treasure. So this problem is rather simple, but there is an obvious trick that a lot of people, including myself, most likely fell for. And that being the brute force method, rather than doing the quote-unquote greedy / mathematical method. So when you first look at this problem, you realize that you have to define the numbers that's in all of the lists and ranges that given you. So most people, including me, may have thought to use a set or maybe another list or vector. However, that would take way too long, and you'll get TLE, time limit exceeded, on the third subtask. So the actual solution is quite elegant. It's like this. So first you have to take in the inputs, which is N, L, and then A, B for both N lines containing A and B, and L being the locations overall there are. So let's do int n L, and then you can do cn n, cn L, and you can just do loop I n int a b, and then here's where the actual solution comes in. You have to get the maximum number for A, the largest A can be, and then the minimum B, the lowest B can be. This basically gives you a range, and if it doesn't work, then it's just going to return 0 later on. So let's say if A is bigger than B, then it's just going to return 0 later on. So what you can do is set up two more variables called max A and min B, and then down here you can just do max A equals max A. This will get the maximum A, and then min B equals likewise for B, min B, and B. This will get the minimum B, and then in the end you just need to set up one more variable. Also up here you have to do A equals 0, and then min B being 2E9, or technically you can just make it slightly larger than the constraints. However, you don't really know that, so I'm just going to use 2E9 since it doesn't take a lot of memory and it's just easier. And one more variable, setting up ans equals 0, and then you can just do, and then after you do that, you can just loop from I to max A, min B plus 1. You have to do plus 1 because the looping in coding, it goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah, and to actually get the actual place, you have to do this. So, and then you can just do ans plus plus and just see out max 0 ans in case ans is in a negative. And yeah, we passed it. And there we go. And that's the C++ solution. And the Python solution is rather simple. It's just this. The Python solution, you just need to import sys, set recursion limit to 1. You do that, and wait, hold up. Yeah, I set 1 extra 0. That's my bad, guys. You just need to do basically the same with C++, but instead you have to get the inputs in one line as for the first one. So you need to do nl equals map int input dot split to get the input on one line. Then you need to do for I in range n, and ab equals map int dot split, and the same thing as before. You need max A equals 0, min B equals 2E9, and you can just do same logic as C++. Max A equals max A, and same with B. And in the end, here's the difference. You can just do ans equals list range max A min B plus 1. Remember, you need a plus 1 because it starts in 0, and if you actually want all the values, you have to add 1. And you can just print len ans. And let's just test it against the sample. Oh, there we go. And submit it. And yeah, there we go. However, you can see that the Python solution uses a lot more memory. So if you only know Python, I recommend you to learn C++, as the next Australian Informatics Olympiad is not for another year. So I recommend you take this time to learn C++. But if you're doing the USACO, and then I'm not sure about the dates, but I still recommend you learn C++. But again, in the competition, stick whichever language you are most comfortable with. Oh, and one more thing.